Question 6. Points A, Q, and B lie on circle O. In circle O, arc AB subtends angle theta. Given that the arc length of arc AQB is 343 pi divided by 30 inches, what is the measure of angle theta in radians? So it is wanting us to know, if we were going to solve this, it wants us to solve for theta. So again, S is our arc length, which was given to be 343 pi 30ths. So I'm going to actually just write it in here. The arc length right here is 343 pi 30ths. And our radius is 7 inches. So again, arc measure in radians is represented by theta. So I could use theta or x. I'm just going to use x in this case, and I'm actually going to jump over here and use this. So it was 343 pi 30ths is equal to x times 7. And again, it'll show you the steps on what happens. I don't agree that you have to switch sides. That is debatable. So it's x equals 49 pi 30ths. So 49 pi 30ths is not correct because, again, theta is for arc AB, and we just found this angle. They're trying to be tricksy right there. So that is 49 pi 30ths. So you have to think to yourself, okay, if we are in radians, what's the total number of radians in a circle? And that would be 2 pi. So we know that our angle, 49 pi 30ths plus the theta that it wants us to find is going to equal 2 pi, because 2 pi is how many radians are in 360 degrees. So it equals 360 degrees, just like we would say if we knew it in degrees, we would say like 200 degrees plus this many degrees equals 360. We're just using radians, which is like, it's like feet compared to metric. It's still measuring the same thing. It's distance. They're just using a different standard to measure it. So in circles, you have degrees and you have radians. Those are the standards for circles. So you are becoming familiar now with the radian standard. And again, I would just jump over to the symbol lab and type this in: 49 pi 30ths plus, I'm using x to represent the angle instead of theta. You could use theta if you wanted to right there. So we keep, and then 2 pi. So theta is equal to 2 pi minus 49 pi 30ths. That doesn't really help me out a lot. Another trick, though, that you could do, since it gave you the decimal form, which is 1.15192, this is just a good know-how to use a tool. So theta, again, we found equaled 1.15192. 192. Some of you might be saying this is longer than if you just showed me, and it might be true, but this I feel like is what could happen and what you guys might most likely receive. So knowing that it's 1.15192, I'm going to jump over to here and I'm going to start typing it in. 2 pi fifths. Doesn't match. It's not equivalent. 49 pi 30ths. Doesn't match. It's not equivalent. 11 pi 30ths. 1.15191, which would be, this one would round to a 2, so that is our match. And that's how I would use my tools and technology to help me answer this question.